still doing high intensity interval training in order to get shredded, you might be wasting your time and losing muscle. In this video, I will explain to you why high intensity interval training is overrated if you are already weight training correctly. I will show you 5 reasons why you should stop doing high intensity interval training if you are lifting weights in a proper way. I'm Dr. Nash Jocic, former bodybuilding champion. I worked with thousands of clients and helped them to get in great shape. I'm also an author. I published 9 ebooks. They're all available on my website. And if you are after expanding your knowledge, please click on the link down in the comments, and you will be able to download all my ebooks that will help you dramatically change your body and improve your results. Now, what is high-intensity interval training? High-intensity interval training is a type of so-called cardiovascular exercise, which is actually made of bursts of movements, which are supposed to elevate your metabolism. So those bursts, like for example sprinting or sprints on a stationary bike, they last anywhere from 20 to 60 seconds. Then you're supposed to take 1 or 2 minutes break, and then you do it again. So you repeat those bursts 5, 6, maybe 10 times, and the whole high-intensity interval training session should last anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. Now, that type of exercise will speed up your metabolism, and it will increase your EPOC, which is excess post-oxygen exercise, post-exercise oxygen consumption. So, but if you are already doing weight training properly, this type of training will actually kill your results. You will start losing muscle, you will get tired, you will disrupt your hormones, and this is something that you should absolutely not do if you are already training with weights properly. Now, let us dive into these 5 reasons. Please watch until the end, because every reason is very important for you to understand why you shouldn't be doing HIIT if you're already doing proper bodybuilding workouts. So reason number one is that weight training already boosts EPOC. So EPOC is excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, meaning that if you perform high-intensity workout, your EPOC will be boosted, elevated up to 48 hours. So up to 48 hours, you will be consuming more oxygen than if you don't exercise. So because it's necessary for the mitochondria of your muscle cells, and you will be for 48 hours, you will be burning extra body fat, extra calories, just because of this elevated EPOC. This can contribute to extra 200 to 300 calories per day. So just after your workout, because of elevated EPOC, you will be already burning more body fat because of this effect. So not every type of weight training or resistance training will cause this. So if you're performing this modern, as I like to call them, exotic exercises, which are of low intensity cables and similar isolating movements only or predominantly, this is not going to happen. So in order to boost your EPOC for up to 48 hours, you will need to perform high intensity compound exercises, multi-joint exercises. So exercises like, for example, squats and leg press for legs, incline and flat bench press with dumbbells or barbells for chest, or rows or pull-ups for pull-downs for back, shoulder press for example, and upright rows for shoulders. So this type of exercises is required for you to increase your EPOC. So when I say high intensity, I mean high intensity via compound exercises. So afterburn effect is not only exclusive to high intensity interval training, but also belongs to high intensity weight training. Now, reason number 2 is that high intensity interval training can burn muscle. So because of high production of cortisol and obviously extra amount of glycogen that you will burn, because this is high intensity bursts of movements, you will actually further increase the cortisol levels in your body, and deplete your glycogen stores. And you don't want to do that if you're already doing weight training properly. So you have already created enough cortisol through your weight training as much as necessary, and you have depleted your glycogen stores as much as necessary. Now you need to recover. So the last thing would be to actually do this again through high intensity interval training. So you don't want to do that. So weight training will preserve muscle and maintain metabolism, and you don't want to double up on that when it comes to cortisol production and glycogen expenditure. Now, reason number 3, when it comes to fat loss, people assume that by doing high intensity interval training they will be losing fat, but this is not true. The fat training combined with weight training, fat loss during weight training is also directly related to nutrition, so to your caloric deficit and the selection of your macronutrients. This is where the secret of fat loss is, not in high intensity interval training. And this is why, for example, top and advanced bodybuilders, they don't do this type of cardio in order to burn fat, because they want to preserve muscle, they want to preserve glycogen. So doing high intensity interval training will actually just undermine that attempt to preserve muscle and glycogen, because it will burn more muscle, produce more cortisol, and deplete more glycogen. Reason number 4 is that HIIT, or high intensity interval training, actually adds unnecessary fatigue. So central nervous system, or CNS, is overloaded by heavy weight training already. So if you add your extra high intensity training, like for example sprints on the bike, you will literally be killing your central nervous system, CNS, and you will also be causing a massive impact on HPA axis, which is hypothalamus pituitary adrenal glands axis, and they will become dysfunctional because they will not be able to sustain production of necessary hormones because of overload of cortisol and obviously depletion of adrenaline. So more isn't better. Better is better. So be careful about that. Now, the reason number 5 why you should not do high intensity interval training if you are already doing weight training properly is that weight training also improves your conditioning, your cardiovascular endurance. It's not only high intensity interval training. This is a misconception. No, this is why these exercises are called cardio, high intensity cardio, whatever cardio. But weight training is not cardio. Weight training is also cardio. Is actually more cardio than traditional cardio as we know it. And the reason for that is that the bodybuilding workout, bodybuilding training should be as such that you perform your sets, which will last anywhere from 20 to 40 seconds, and then you rest as much as necessary, not more than that. So for upper body muscles, you should be resting anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds, no more than that, in majority of cases. For lower body exercises, you should be resting a bit longer, from let's say 60 to 120 seconds, so 1 to 2 minutes, not more than that. So what you see in the gyms, people perform a set of some medium intensity and then look at the watch or time stop or whatever, 5 minutes rest. Why are you resting for 5 minutes? Oh, but to lift heavier. So if you're a power lifter, fine, you can rest 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can rest an hour if you want between sets. I don't care about that, because this is not bodybuilding. Proper bodybuilding training is also cardio training, because cardiovascular system cannot be excluded from weight training. You need your heart and your vascular system to be optimized during every exercise, and especially if you're paying attention to this necessary rest, you don't rest too long. So what is your takeaway from everything I just said is that if your goal is to grow muscle, lose fat, and long-term health, all that you need is correct weight training and proper nutrition. High intensity training is not evil, but is absolutely not necessary. People who are not exercising with weights can enjoy doing high intensity interval training, and they may have some benefits from it. But if you are already involved in proper weight training, all that you need for muscle growth and fat loss is your correct training and your correct nutrition. So once again, I'm going to remind you that I have published 9 ebooks. They're all available on my website. And in order to understand deeper all these things that I'm talking about, muscle growth, fat loss, nutrition, training for beginners, lifestyle change, everything is explained into details in my ebook. So please visit my website, click on the link in the comments, and you can be able to download all these ebooks, which will be of great help to you. Now, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel if you didn't already, and also like this video and send me a comment. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, I wish you all the best.